Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports MLB Picks and Rundown for September 26th, 2024. I am going to place a small wager on the Tigers to win the World Series because they're kind of good right now. So we're going to send it. All right, first things first, we're going to go over the previous day's picks. Then we're going to get into tomorrow's picks. So today we go 3, 1, and 1. The game you did not see on the screen was the Mets and the Braves game, which got postponed because of the weather. So, first game, we had this one we got lucky on. If you placed the bet early enough, you got very lucky, like myself. Mariners plus 125 on the money line. Astros, after clinching, ended up basically resting every single dude in their lineup. They sat Altuve, they sat Kyle Tucker, they sat Jordan Alvarez, they sat everybody. The only dude who played was Bregman, and he got pinch hit for his last at bat. They were just trying to get him some reps. So plus 125 moved all the way to minus 150 at closing. So hopefully you got this at a good price. But I was shocked to see that line movement at the end. I was like, oh, the Astros must literally be sitting every single person imaginable. And they were. Next one, Tigers minus 120. You cannot get more free money than just betting the Tigers now. Day in and day out. They win this game. Final score is 7-1. It does not matter who is on the mound for them or who is on the mound for the other team. They pitch so freaking well. It is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Ricardo Montero only went 2.5 innings today. Then their bullpen comes in, pitches the other 6.5, gives up 0 runs. Bullpen gave up 3 total hits, and they struck out 6. That's crazy. Next one, White Sox, baby, plus 105. Our angle on the game, they had fans in the stadium. They were hooting and hollering. They win, walk-off hit, bottom of the 10th. Crazy. If you haven't seen the video, go watch the video. That place got up. Our only loser on the day, unfortunately, the Marlins cannot do it back-to-back. We had them plus 165. They got up to a 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning, and then they just didn't do anything the rest of the game. They out-hit the Twins in totality. Let me pull up the box score. Yeah, what the hell? Miami, 11 hits. The Twins, 8 hits. Miami, 3 runs. The Twins, 8 runs. How in the hell? They left 21 dudes on base, did the Marlins, while also committing 4 errors. How do you have 4 errors in one game of baseball? That is some garbage. And then obviously we had the Mets plus 150, but that game got postponed. So the world will never know until Monday. We will know because they're playing a doubleheader, which will probably determine who is in the playoffs. So that should be pretty good. All right, let's get on to tomorrow's picks. First game, Milwaukee Brewers heading into Pittsburgh. I'm taking the Pirates plus 105 on the money line. Brewers have Aaron Savali on the mound, 7-9 with a 4.53 ERA, going up against Mitch Keller, who is 11-11 with a 4.21 ERA. Savali has not been going long in his recent starts. No reason to do so. He's going to pitch in the playoffs. They're going to need his arm in the playoffs. So there's no point in throwing him 7 or 8 innings. He's been going 4 or 5 innings for about his last 4 or 5 starts, and he's still giving up runs in those time spans. He's got 1 for 2, 1 for 3, 1 for 4. So he's not exactly pitching great. I like the Pirates to be able to get the Brewers a pen, who is testing out some new guys, trying to see who they want pitching their middle innings in the playoffs. So they're just giving some guys a decent amount of throws. Decent value here with the Pirates team that just randomly sometimes scores 6 or 7 runs in the first 2 innings because they can. And they also let go of Rowdy Tellez after I think he was due $200,000 for a bonus if he had 450 plate appearances or something, and they cut him and DFA'd him 4 plate appearances shy of that number. So fuck you, Pittsburgh. However, I will be backing you in this game. Next game, Cardinals and the Rockies. I'm taking the Rockies plus 110 on the money line. Cardinals have Kyle Gibson on the mound, who is 8-7 with a 4.12 ERA, going up against Kyle Freeland, who is 5-7 with a 4.89 ERA. I like the Rockies here. I've liked the Rockies in a lot of spots, so don't take any word for this. But the Rockies, they got Charlie Blackmon. It is his last year in baseball. He has announced his retirement. This will be his last game going up against his buddy Nolan Arenado. So I'm going to give Charlie Blackmon the edge. Rockies plus 110 on the money line. Send it. Gibson, he's given up a total of 9 runs in his last 2 starts. Do not think he or anyone on this Cardinals team will be trying to win the final game of this series. I think they're going to give this one to the Rockies basically as a thank you to Charlie Blackmon, who they are all friends with, because a decent amount of them have been in the league for a while, and they like Charlie. I feel like everybody likes Charlie. He's been on the Rockies team his entire life. He looks like he lives in the mountains somewhere, just eating feral animals because he's a beast. But yeah, don't mind this over here as well. Neither of these pitchers are very good. You got 2 Kyles going up against each other who kind of suck. So I'm going to take the Rockies plus 110 on the money line. And if you want to send the over, it's probably 10, 10.5, considering it's in Colorado, but don't mind that as well. Next game, we're running it back. Give me the Marlins plus 200 on the money line. Marlins have Valente Belozo? Don't know. He's on the mound, though. He's 2-4 with a 3.70 ERA. Going up against David Festa, who is 2-6 with a 5.07 ERA. You already know we're running it back. It worked the first game at plus 205. Didn't work the second game at plus 165. So I'm thinking the trick is that the Marlins have to be plus 200 or greater for them to win. And thankfully, we have that here. There's no way in hell David Festa should be a minus 235 favorite pitching for the Twins. The dude's got a 5.07 ERA. He's 2-6 straight up on the year, and the Twins are horrible. Why are they minus 230? Like, what? How does that make any sense? Don't think about what you're betting. Just put the Marlins down plus 200. Forget about it. Next game, taking the Padres and the Dodgers over 8.5 runs. Padres have Joe Musgrove on the mound, who is 6-5 with a 3.95 ERA. Going up against Walker Buehler, who is 1-6 with a 5.63 ERA. Walker Buehler, very bad at pitching. He does not go long into games, and he's given up 17 runs in his last 26 innings pitched. He's coming off a game where he gave up 4 runs to the Rockies in just 5 innings pitched. Padres will be able to get to Walker Buehler. Really doesn't matter what team you are. Everybody in the league is able to get to Walker Buehler. And the Dodgers obviously have a good enough lineup. You got Mookie Betts, you got Teoscar Hernandez, you have Shohei, you have Freddie Freeman, you have Will Smith. They're just fucking loaded with bats. So it doesn't really matter who the opposing pitcher is. I like them to score runs all of the time because they're very good. In the first 2 games of that series, both have been relatively decent scoring. First one was only 6, but the second one, they currently have 4 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. So both of these teams able to score runs at will. Walker Buehler sucks. Give me the over, 8.5. It's currently minus 105. Final game. If you look to the right, you'll see the Oakland Coliseum, and that is the entire reason I'm betting this game. Rangers have Humor Rocker on the mound, who's 0-0 with a 2.25 ERA. Going up against JT Ginn, who is 0-1 with a 4.94. This is kind of like the White Sox and Angels game. I think the Athletics just have more reasons to want to win this game, seeing as though this is their second to last final game in the Oakland Coliseum. The legendary field will be retired because a bunch of dudes want to make money elsewhere. The people in Oakland are down horrible. They got tons of drug users, people just going crazy. And now they can't even respectfully watch some baseball anymore. They got to go to Anaheim or LA down south to go watch some b-ball. It's disrespectful. Give me the A's, minus 110. I don't give a shit who's on the mound. The Athletics are winning this game, period, point blank, end of story. All right, that is going to do it for me and this video. Kind of an interesting few angels we took today, but we'll see how it plays off, how it works. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.